Slovakia. The most vital thing, which is the mic. Can you hear me now? Slovakia. If you couldn't hear me, I'm just checking to see if you guys can hear me. Okay, so damn, that mean I got to do the whole intro again. I'm cool with that, but you know, just want to know if you guys can hear me. If you can, give me a thumbs up, like the video, share, subscribe. You know, send it to somebody who ain't never seen a Isupk video if you could. Okay, I got the can hear me. So this is have to do the whole intro over. This is the Isupk coming out of 1 West Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana, and we are not affiliated with no other groups. Period. I'm Officer Kananya, and I'm going to be talking about a little bit of history and a little bit of how it coordinates with the things going on today, and also scriptures in the Bible that shows war and rumors of wars that's going on, and we know that it's not a rumor that's going on. It's an actual war going on in Israel, that is our home. We were captured and brought here by the devil that the Bible speaks of, which is the so-called white man. And I don't have to reiterate it, but I'm going to reiterate it. The white man is the devil because he conquers. No, I don't mean to say conquer. He destroys, pillages, invades. I'm gonna say grape for the sake of YouTube and Facebook. Grapes and unalives people by the millions. On his voyage over here, he, unalived millions of Indians, millions of so-called blacks, millions by the millions. He don't know when to stop unaliving. That's just in his nature. If you read in Genesis, it says, and I'm paraphrasing. I should get that. Let me get that. It says, Esau was a cunning hunter, and who do we know as Esau today? The so-called white man, because he's everywhere he goes and put his armies. He never leaves. He use up all the resources wherever he lands, and then he sets up camp there so he can continue to get them resources from the people of that land. In this case, in America's case, he stole us, which is the Israelites, the tribe of Judah and many other tribes, stole us from our homeland, which is Israel, and brought us here forcibly, making millions of us lose our lives on the way here, just on the boat, just being like human anchors, or whether it was gator bait, or whether it was sacrificial lambs, if you will, like going certain places he haven't been, but sending us first. When I say sending us, I mean the Israelites, sending us first to get unalived, and then deeming that place dangerous, or deeming that place just not safe to go over, to not visit, because he sent us first and we got unalived there. What I was speaking on in Genesis, if I can get that scripture, let me check my notes really fast. Salakia, I believe it's Genesis. Genesis. Salakia, bear with me. It's a little mix up today, but we're gonna work through it. You know what I mean? Come on now. It's got it. Okay. Wait. No. Salakia. Be up here. I had the scripture right here ready. It's in Genesis. Check my phone. Salaki. Bear with me, class. I was speaking on Esau being a cunning hunter. Yeah, Genesis 25 and 27. Yeah, we can make our way to Genesis 25 and 27 because this explains Esau being a cunning hunter and a cunning. We're gonna get that definition as well. Salaki, if I could, 1 sec. Compact Bible Dictionary. Oh, we got some mishaps on the screen as well. Golly, go easy. Salaki, bear with me. Okay. Okay, we're gonna get the definition of cunning, and we also gonna read Genesis 25 and 27. Gear up, Israel. It's looking real bad out here. It's looking like World War III is upon us. It's looking like we have to get geared up, supplied up. We have to be prepared and focused on the things that's going on today, which we might. When I say get prepared, I mean to-go bags, first aid kits, extra ammo, extra bandages, extra medicine, non-perishable food items, things that we can just, if we have to go, if something hits the fan, if things start looking weird, or if we get the order from Commanding General Yohana, then we have to get these things to just be prepared to pick up and move if we have to. That's all them to-go bags, extra medicine if you have ailments like asthma, ammo, extra ammo because you never know what could be going on out here. So I'm looking for the definition of cunning because Esau is a cunning hunter. Don't tell me. I know what's in here. Okay. Oh, okay. It is not looking good. This. Maybe I need to get the other one. Okay, let's check something else. Salaki. I didn't find it in there, and I definitely know how to search the Bible dictionary. But let me try this. Okay. So I'm going to read the definition of cunning. Then I'm going to read Genesis 25 and 27. So this is the definition of cunning. Having or showing skill in achieving one's ends by deceit or invasion. Now that describes Esau perfectly. Cunning is having or showing skill in achieving one's ends by deceit or invasion. Now, what people on this earth invaded lands and deceived the people into signing the land over to them, where there was the Indians. Like I know this particular one story with Manhattan, where the so-called European man, Esau, he brung liquor to the Indian, got him drunk, and got him to sign over his rights to that land, which was Manhattan. Got him to sign over his rights to Esau. So that's how the European got a hold of Esau. He brung liquor to the Indian. Indian got drunk, and Esau used his cunning ways to deceive and invade the so-called Indians into signing that land over to them. See, that's one of the reasons that Esau is the devil that the Bible speak of. The white man is the devil that the Bible speak of because he does things in cunning, deceitful ways. That being one of them. The other being invasion. He invades areas, he sets up camp there, and he never leaves. So I'm going to read the definition of cunning one more time, and then I'm going to go to Genesis 25 and 37. Slakia, 25 and 27. I'm going to get that in the book. 25. Read the definition one more time and get 25. Genesis 25 and 27. Okay. So the definition of cunning, having, Slakia. The definition of cunning, having or showing skill in achieving one's ends by deceit or invasion. Then this is one of the sentences they have. A cunning look came into his eyes. That got Esau's name written all over it. That got the white man, so-called white man's name written all over it. You know what I mean? Okay, now we're going to read this out of the Bible. Genesis chapter 25 and verse 27. Like, share, and subscribe to the Isupk Milwaukee page. We got a couple things coming up. The closest thing that's coming up is Operation Reservation, which is November 4th. November 4th. So send in what you can as far as clothes. If you got baby clothes, baby wipes, diapers, anything basically that you can stand, it will help. We don't take this stuff in ourselves. We go onto the reservations and we, give these things out to the people in need. Salaki, I'm fixing the mic. Okay. We go out to the reservations and we give these people what they need. If we can stand donating it, then donate it. Where that card at? I got one. Just keep some cards on me. And I encourage everybody in Israel to keep some business cards on you. But call this number if you could see it. I don't know. I'll just read it out. Call the number 414-293-2335. Call that number if you got anything you want to donate. I'm gonna read it again. 414-293-2335. Call that number if you want to donate anything. Anything helps, whether it be canned goods, 4X t-shirts, 3X t-shirts, any size will help out what we're trying to do with Operation Reservation, which is on November 4th at the Neo Pit Pavilion. This is very important that we help our brothers and sisters out there who are in need. And if we can spare certain things that we can help them, then we should do that. And I encourage you to donate if you can. Salakia. So I'm looking at Genesis 25 and 27. And it reads, I think I'm going to start at I'm going to start at 21, and then that's a lot to read. I got time. I'm going to start at 21, and then the ending is going to be 27. the point of this scripture the point of these scriptures that I'm reading is to show you how Esau was born a cunning hunter. Cunning, we read the definition of that. To shorten it up, to deceive and invade. He was born like that. He grew into that. So I'm gonna start at verse 21. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 25 and verse 21. And Isaac intrigued the Lord for his wife because she was barren. Barren means she was pregnant. Isaac prayed to the Lord. He thanked the Lord that his woman Rebecca was pregnant. And the Lord was intrigued of him. And Rebecca, his wife, conceived, meaning she was pregnant. Verse 22. And the children struggled together within her, meaning they were fighting. They were, just basically rumbling, if you will, for lack of better terms, for lack of better words, rumbling within her womb. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? She was asking the Lord, why is this happening? Why is these two babies that she was rumbling with? Two babies that she was bearing with. Why are they rumbling within her? She asked the Lord this. And she went to inquire of the Lord. Verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb. 2 nations are in thy womb. 2 nations, 2 different type of people are in thy womb. Like, basically not the same people. That's why they rumbling inside you, because these are not the same people. It's 2 different type of people in your womb. That's what the Lord said. And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. Separated mean you go over here, you go over here. Separate. Y'all are not going to be on the same level or same. Nothing's the same about these 2 manner of people. Except, now I can see a lot of people saying, well, they had the same mama. Well, that's except that. Except that. These are 2 manner of people separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people. And the elder shall serve the younger. Verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. Rebecca was pregnant with twins. 2 different nations, 2 different manner of people were in her womb struggling because they was rumbling in there. Whether this person didn't like Salakia, whether this nation didn't like this nation, or you know how nations fight within each other. That's what was going on within her womb. And behold, there were twins in her womb. Verse 25. And the first came out red. Now, if that don't say it all right there, what people on earth is known as red? These people turn red down south. They call them rednecks. They are red people because once they get mad or feel any kind of emotion, the redness shows through their skin. Their skin becomes red. They turn colors. They like a mood. They like a human mood. They like human mood. They like human mood rings, if you will. But they red all the time. And if you so happen to rumble with them, they turn black and blue. They the real colored people, if you ask me. Those are the real colored people, if you ask me. Because they turn so many different colors. First of all, they red. You beat them. Salakia. You fight them. You have a rumble with them. They skin turns black and blue, green. They have if they have so-called boils or something on they skin turn green. Like it's a lot of different colors they turn, but they chose to call us colored people. But Salakia, that's another class. Back to the fact of the matter. And the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment. Now, that's another thing that we do know. So-called white people, so-called rednecks are very hairy. Like some hairy. I don't know if that's a. I don't. That seemed like a pause to me, so I'm gonna say pause. These people are very hairy. Like, say you playing basketball with them or some little sports or something where they wearing shorts and you can see their legs. It's hair to the hair. And then their women have hair on their backs, just a bunch of nastiness, if you ask me. But that's another class as well. It says, and the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau. That's verse 25. They called his name Esau, the one that came out red and hairy like a hairy garment. That's some I don't even know how to describe it. That's some weird things to me. But verse 26. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took the hold, Salakia, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel. Okay, so say this bottle is Esau's heel. It came, let me put this, Salakia, Esau's heel. This bottle was Esau's heel. It was coming out his mother's womb like this. It said his brother came out. His brother was not going. Like, if you going out, I'm going out too. It says his hand took hold on Esau's heel. So his brother grabbed his heel like, where is you going? We not finished with this rumble. And you leaving out the portal, I'm coming with you. You not leaving me in here. So Jacob took hold on Esau's heel as he was coming out of his mother's womb. So take me too. You know what I mean? Sort of a visual. Sort of visual. It's not really, but. His hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. Now, why, right there, why didn't it describe Jacob? Why did it say Esau was red and hairy like a garment, but when it said his brother came out and his name was called Jacob, that's all we know. His name was called Jacob. Why didn't it describe Jacob's complexion and his skin type, if you will? Because Jacob was the same color. He was a normal baby. He was the same color as the woman bearing him. He was the same color as his father. And when I say color, I just mean like brown skinned, dark skinned, black, so-called black. He was the same color. But when Esau was had, they looked at Esau like, this mother red and he hairy. So like, you know how you get surprised and you have to repeat it. You have to, like, your eyes get wide. Like, that's how they seen Esau when he came out. They said, this man is red and hairy. And then they said they seen Jacob like, oh, that's normal. He just like us. But they seen Esau like, this man red and hairy. So like, yeah. But that's the reason that they didn't describe Jacob, because Jacob is the same complexion as the woman that bear him and as his father, which is dark skin, brown skin, black, if you will, so-called black. Verse 27. Now this is the verse right here where where I started reading from, this is the one that I wanted to come to. The definition we got was cunning. Cunning meaning in what to say? Cunning meaning deceit or invasion. Salaki, did I put the camera? Yeah, Salaki. Meaning deceit or invasion. Now, verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter. There you go, that word right there, cunning hunter. Not only was he a hunter, he was a cunning hunter. Now, hunter, I don't know if we can say that. I'm gonna just say it. A hunter is like a killer of things. He kills things. He trophies things. Like he takes their head as trophies hunting. He takes their body hunting. Like he hunts. A hunter of things is to kill something and bring it back. So it says Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. Now this is something controversial right here, because what is the thing people say today? Well, what is the main thing so-called people in the hood? I said in the hood. Of course it's in the hood, but in the inner cities, in the neighborhoods, on the blocks, in the barrios, in the ghettos. What do the so-called black people say there? Oh, I'm in the field. Oh, I'm in the field. So that's a Chicago thing especially. But that's their thing. They say they be in the field, so-called in the field. And what happens in the field? Hunting. So this is why the ISUPK is here. We're trying to stop all that hunting each other. We shouldn't be hunting each other as Esau is a hunter. We shouldn't be like that. And that's something controversial to me, because where did that term the field come from? Why did they start saying that they're in the field, or we in the field, or things like that? Because what happens in the field? Things get hunted, things get brought back, things get killed. That's what happens in the field, right? So that's so controversial to me. Let's move on. It says, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. Now Jacob, he wasn't with all that hunting stuff. He's like, I can find meals and other things to do that intrigue me, like medicine, like making medicine through soups, or using different herbs for healing, or things like that. He didn't desire to kill the earth off. He didn't desire to hunt things on the earth. His desire was to figure out, how can I make these plants and these properties work to my advantage? How can I make these things testing these different plants and different herbs to heal my body, to give me certain advantages, whether it be energy, like I said before, healing, things of that nature. But Esau was a cunning hunter. This was something he was born with. It's in his blood to go hunting, to go, taking things as trophies. So he can show people, look, I had killed this last week, or I had hunted this, just 2 weeks ago. That's in his blood to do that. And it says right here, Esau was a cunning hunter. So that's something that the so-called white man does. He hunts. And that's what's going on over in Israel right now. A big hunting fest. It's two sides going against each other. Salakia, let me get this. I had it pulled up, but so many things be going on throughout the day. It says, and shout out to Officer Mungabar for posting this. It says, Israel, Hamas, war live. It said Gaza, 24 hours from catastrophe. Now that's another thing to let you know that that's the only area that's the only war that they're broadcasting, but it's many wars going on throughout the earth. Silent wars. It's wars. That's, and I'm paraphrasing. That's what the scriptures say. We hear of wars and rumors of wars. Like things are happening all over this world, to let you know that that is a sign. We should be gearing up right now. We should be preparing ourselves. We should be, getting things ready and in order. If we have to move, if we have to fight, if we have to just buckle down, if we have to be all in one place, if we have to jump cities, if we have to, just, it's all in the name of being prepared. These wars, this war in Israel that's going on, it's like it's a grace period. Like the Lord gives us grace. It's like it's a grace period. He's showing us these wars on TV to get in our mind. We should start getting prepared now. Like it's nothing. I mean, even though Esau again throwing a lot of distractions on the internet, throwing a lot of distractions on the TV, whether it be again Blueface and Krishan, what's the new thing? Will and Jada, hip hop video music awards, all this stuff on the TV to distract us, because as the 12 tribes of Israel, as the tribe of Judah, I know my people love entertainment. They love to be entertained. If they can just sit somewhere and eat some snacks all day, scroll or watch TV or something like that, they will do it every day, all day. If they didn't have to pay rent, that's what they would be doing. Entertainment or entertaining or being entertained. And that's a big distraction from what's going on. What's the real thing that's going on, which is we are at war. The world is at war. The Lord is shaking up the world in different areas, and he's showing us these things for us to see it and be like, oh well, if that's happening over here, then we should get prepared. So if that just so happened where I live at, then at least I will be prepared. At least I will, have things in order to where I can just get up and leave, or where I can just, have certain things in order to be prepared. Salakia, let me hit this water. So that's the word of the day again. I'm doing a second class on being prepared. This is real heavy because if you see, things on TV concerning war, or hearing rumors of wars, that should be a sign in your head to drop all the BS. Let's start getting these certain things in order, whether it be stocking up ammo, medicine, non-perishable food items, weaponry, clothing. Because if we have to go in the wilderness, we're gonna need the proper clothes to wear. And I prefer cargo pants. A lot of pockets to put little things in. Cargo pants, hoodies, UPK apparel, of course. If somebody can, get that together. Tents, things that if we do have to live in nature, if the electricity just so happen to cut off, things to start a fire, like fire start. I don't mean like starting fires, like lighting things on fire as far as like garages or something like that. No, I mean if we actually have to live in the wilderness, things to actually start a fire, like the Boy Scouts do, or like the Girl Scouts get taught how to do. We should have those things on hand just in case they close the banks down, just in case the electricity cut off, just in case our cell phones go down, just in case the internet goes down, just in case communication goes down somehow. And that's another thing. Walkie talkies, drones, anything you can think of to get that communication out if our cell phone goes down. Um, you ain't gonna be able to send no letters. letters. And back in ancient time, kings and things used to, I don't know how they did this. Used to train birds, what have you, hawks. So they'll put a little letter in the hawk, on the hawk, what you call the hawk's feet, claws or something like that. The hawk will fly the letter over to another king. Yeah, get that letter, read, things of that nature. Because I would love to, if it's a class on that, I would love to take that class, how to train a bird to send messages and stuff like that. We wouldn't even need no cell phones. You know what I mean? For communication. And that was far-fetched. If you ask me, I took it way back. But yeah, just being prepared, because it's getting closer and closer to the end. It's getting closer and closer to catastrophe here in America. If we see that's going on in Israel, it's only a matter of time for that same energy circles the globe. I can't stress enough how prepared, how the Lord gave us these. This is a grace period. I know if you out in Milwaukee, Chicago, I know y'all seeing these days in the mornings when we waking up, it still be dark. The sun don't come out until about 12 a.m. I mean, Salakia, 12 p.m. 1 p.m. It still be dark. It still be gloomy when the sun's supposed to be out. That should be a sign. The news definitely a sign. And it's another sign. The fact that everybody ain't talking about this, that's a sign. They trying to keep you distracted. They trying to keep you entertained. They trying to keep you laughing, keep you unaware, basically. Because this is the time that we should be getting prepared, because things are getting out of hand. We don't want to wait till the last minute to where food gonna shoot up in price. These things that we need, whether it be tents or canisters, these ammo, these things gonna shoot up in price, and we're not gonna be able to pay for them later on down the line. On top of that, elections and things like that coming up. Like, we want to just be ahead of the wave. We want to be ready so we don't have to get ready, if that makes any sense. So get ready, Israel. It's looking real bad out there for the city of Israel. And I want to drop all that and go to Romans chapter 13 and 11. Because it ain't no other way I can say it but this. Romans chapter 13 and 11. Let me get that in the book. I don't want to keep using this for a crutch of digital Bible. I want to go in the actual book and get that. Romans chapter 13 and verse 11. Wait a little bit till y'all get there. I know y'all see what's going on in this news. I know y'all seeing the distractions they trying to put out there on us. They trying to keep us looking over here when it's war over here. War is getting closer and closer to us over here, but they want to keep us looking over here. So once we look over there, it'd be too late, and then it's wartime. It's basically the purge is happening, basically, in Israel. The purge. I know that's a movie and all of this and that, but it's definitely a purge going on over there. Definitely. And it's a purge happening here in some states, where whether it be unaliving, looting, a lot of teens and things like that, a lot of kids running up in these stores, stealing all these clothes and running back out. Like, it's definitely devastation happening in the United States, all over, all over. Not to mention the missing kids that's missing. Not to mention, the it's just a lot of different things that affects us as Israelites, but they won't show that. They'll rather have you distracted with Jada and Will. They'll rather have you distracted with uh, Dirty Red. If y'all know me, y'all know I call her Dirty Red. I don't I don't ever want to call her whatever she thought she was. Dirty Red. That's what I call her. Just distractions, whether it be and then on top of all the distractions that's happening, Satan's still working. He's still putting things in your mind. He's still putting obstacles in your way. He's still trying to get to you through the things that you love, whether it be your woman, your kids, people that's around your woman that don't mean that. Listen, man, I can. It's a lot. Like it's just a big better. It's just a big and better thing to stay focused on what's going on, which is World War III. It's happening. It's happening. Stay focused on that. And not these distractions that's going on. It's like I got sidetracked on talking about what I was talking about, but yeah, Romans chapter 13 and 11. I hope y'all are there because I'm about to read. That's crazy right there. Oh, Slovakia. Okay, we good. We good. All to the good. Romans chapter 13 and 11. And Slovakia. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. And you can be, when it says awake out of sleep, it doesn't mean literal sleep. Like when you go to sleep at night, it doesn't mean just wake up out of your sleep. No, you can be awake and still be asleep. When it says awake out of sleep, it means wake up in your mind. See these distractions and know that they distractions. See these things and notice that it's like a misdirection thing. They got you looking over here. This is sleep. You sleep. You see the war that's going on. You pass it by. It just go. It's like a remote control. When you see the war, you click the next channel to some entertainment. No, you have to see what's going on and wake out of sleep. When it says awake out of sleep, wake up to what's actually happening, which is World War III. This is not a place of entertainment. This is not a place of this is not a place where we supposed to be at. This is a place where we supposed to be fighting to get out of. Because this place is not for us. We was stolen and brung here. We have to awake and know that the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. We have to awake and know that he's trying to pacify us with all these other distractions, whether they keep promising reparations. Look, you not getting no reparations. If the so-called Asian man got a hate bill passed before you, so-called black man, so-called Hispanic man, so-called Native American man, if they got a hate bill passed before you did, you should know ain't no reparations coming your way. You should know that. one incident happened with these so-called Asians. Now they got a hate crime bill where it's plenty incidents that happen to the so-called black man, so-called Hispanic man, so-called Native Indian man. It's many incidents and recorded, and clearly the person that did these things are in the wrong. But we didn't get no crime bill. I'll be trying to keeping my finger right there. But we didn't get no hate crime bill. Then you should know that these reparations are not coming. They just gonna keep promising you this, promise you to keep you pacified. Now I'm finna mention a couple of other things that they told us that they was gonna do, but they didn't. They told us that they was gonna reveal the Epstein list thing. They never did that. They told us that they gonna release Hillary Clinton's emails, things like that. They never did that. What else? What else? Is many more things that they told us that they gonna do, but they never did. They rather put allegations on Bill Cosby. This man, like, damn near 80, if I'm not mistaken. They rather put allegations on Bill Cosby. They rather distract you with Tory Lanez. They rather distract you with, let me mention another one, R. Kelly. They rather distract you with, let me go to some of the TV shows, Love and Hip Hop. They rather distract you with all these things, you know what I mean, than to tell you the truth what's going on out here in these streets. That this place is going down in brimstone and fire. And it is absolutely happening. Israel is just a sign. It's a sign to get prepared. It's a sign. That's the grace period. As soon as we seen Israel being attacked, that's when the grace period started. As soon as started getting broadcast to all the UPK, to the people that's not in the UPK, but they are of the 12 tribes. Soon as we seen that, we should have started getting prepared right there, because it's a grace period. Now, let me finish this. Let me start over. This is the book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. Awake. Get on these things. Get you some non-perishable food items. Get you some, whatever. If you have any ailments, get you some, get you a first aid. Get you 2 first aid kits. How many people was in the house? That's how many first aid kits you should get. No, I'm probably exaggerating. If you got 2 adults and 3 kids in the house, it's probably best for you to get 3 to 4 first aid kits, because all the kids definitely gonna need one, and I'm pretty sure the adults can share one, if I'm not mistaken. Just have enough first aid kit to cover the children at least. And in the first aid kit, if your kid has asthma, put a couple of extra asthma pumps in there. Any type of allergies, any type of pain medication that your children need, that little extra of that should go in there. One thing of Narcan should go in each one, because you never know. You never know. It's better to be prepared than to wish that you had something. So it says, wake out of sleep. It is time, Slakia. It is high time to wake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. Like, it's so close. It's closer than what you believe. I'm saying it's so close. It's closer than that, according to the scripture. I'm saying it's close. It's even closer. You know what I mean? Because it's happening as we speak. They ain't showing us this for no reason. These people do little slick things, and then they sit back and wait and see if we're gonna, take it serious. If they don't, that's how they know that they got us. So this is something that we should take serious. Um, being prepared, we should take that serious. Salakia, we should take all these things into consideration because World War III is at hand. Um, China and Russia just align themselves with Mexico, like they getting in position to attack America. And this ain't no scare tactic type of thing. This is really happening out here. Now, I want to say something else too because it's not mentioned that much in the news. The immigrants that's coming into the country, they not just Mexican, they not just Indian. They got Somalians coming in. They got people from Ukraine coming in. They got heathens coming in, Asians coming in. They got um little do we know Russians disguising themselves as immigrants. And we don't know if these people are gangbangers, unalivers, just the worst type of people from their country coming in here. We don't know that. But I do know one thing. The government in certain hotels is giving these people certain grants, certain they giving these people rooms for free, letting them get ahead before they even help out their own people here in the United States. That got to show you something as well. Ain't no reparations coming, brother. It sound good. It definitely sound good. But if they helping these people that's coming in here by the thousands, instead of helping the people that's already here that need the help, then you should know ain't nothing ain't nothing like reparations coming here. You might get a check for what? What did Trump give us? A check for 1,500 or something. And then if we get that, what did we spend it on? That's the whole thing. What others spend it on chains, all this old stuff, different type of things that's not needed. They didn't buy no food for the house. They didn't, things of that nature. That's another pacifier. They're gonna give you that little check to see what you do with it. You're not gonna prepare yourself, which that's something that the so-called white man banks on because it's all an experiment. We gave us the money to see what we would do with it. Some people bought drugs. It's just different things that's not an actual need. I mean, an actual thing for prosperity. They bought something for the fix that's now. And then before you know it, the money ran out and back into square one. So if you still thinking on them reparations, you still believe in the government. How many years we've been voting? How many years? How many presidents promised change and promise that they're gonna do something for our community and promise that things will get better, and it never did. It got worse. The more presidents that we have, it gets worse. Worse and worse. It's crazy. I say, and I don't want to offend. I think I kind of do, but it got worse when Obama came in here because he set it off for the LMNOP community. But that's a different class once again. You know. So it's time to wake out of sleep. Zephaniah 2:1 says, gather yourselves together. Wake out of sleep at the same time, gather together. As far as the 12 tribes of Israel go, we is not the same as these heathen nations. That's how they got us again with Dr. King bringing us all together. He should never did that because now we don't know who the enemy. Well, in the ISUPK, we know who the enemy is. But outside of this, whether it be Baptists, Christians, Muslims, or evangelists. All these different religions, we don't know who the enemy is. Well, we know, but they don't know who the enemy is. They let these so-called heathens mix with they people. They let them marry into their family. They, it's crazy out here. We so confused. And I'm paraphrasing, but it did. And let me get that because I definitely want to read that one. It says, "You shall be sold unto your enemies." We not sold unto our friends. We not sold unto these people that like us, to our enemies. Oh dang, Salakia. 1 second. Yeah, and I'm finna get that one too. We're gonna drop Romans. Drop Romans. And give me, before I get sold unto your enemies, which the one in Deuteronomy, we're gonna go to the Apocrypha and get Barak chapter 4 and verse 6. Because this is something that just came up, and I look, this is something that I might need a little bit more breakdown on, but this is a good one here. Barak chapter 4 and verse 6. In the Apocrypha. I want to get that on camera. Barak, Baruch. Maybe it's Baruch, but I say Barak. I don't know. Wait till y'all get there, because this is something real powerful right here. Because we were sold unto our enemies. So now, later on down the line, we should not make marriages with our enemies. We should not invite these people to our cookouts. Only thing that should happen with these people, as far as 12 tribes of Israel and the heathens, only thing that should be happening is business. It should go no further than business. Business, that's it. Go do business with these people, then go back home. That's the only thing that should happen. We shouldn't be making marriages with these people. We shouldn't be inviting these people into our spaces. We shouldn't be celebrating these people holidays, this is October 16th. Halloween coming up. That's one of their holidays that we should, the day of darkness. Everything ghouly, goblin-y happening here. We shouldn't be worshiping that type of stuff. We shouldn't be praising that type of stuff. We shouldn't make marriages. We shouldn't invite these people in. These people are not the same as us. These people actually want to be us because we are the chosen. You get what I'm saying? Okay, so let me drop that. I'll be getting sidetracked because it'd be certain things trigger me into other things, but I want to drop that and get Barak chapter 4 and verse 6. And it reads, this is the book of Barak chapter 4 and verse 6. Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, even though that's what Esau does to us on the daily. Last 10 years, we've been seeing multiple so-called blacks, natives, and Hispanics getting unalived on camera, and then they hold themselves not guilty. It says, ye were sold, Salakia, to the nations, not for your destruction, but because you moved the Most High to wrath. We made the Most High mad. And when you do that type of thing, then it's punishment coming after that. Like, say you're a father, right? You a father, stepfather, you the man of the household, whatever. A kid, one of the kids make you mad. He moves you to wrath. What you gonna do? You're gonna punish that kid for doing that, right? Well, that's what the Most High did to us because we moved him to wrath. So it says, "Ye were sold to the nations not for your destruction, but because ye moved the Most High to wrath. Ye were delivered unto your enemies." Ye were delivered unto your enemies, which are we fled Israel, ran into West Africa where we stopped because we see people that's dark like us. We tried to blend in, but guess what happened? The Roman persecution came down there, and the so-called the African pointed us out like, no, that was them. They came in here and tried to blend and ratted us right out to the European. Then we were sold unto the enemy. After we got sold that time, put us on cargo slave ships, brung us to Egypt again. Egypt means bondage. Brung us to Egypt again, where they sold us again to our enemies. Any person that we were sold to, it was not our friends. It was not our cousins. It was not people that wanted to do good by us. It was our enemies, like it says. I'm gonna read verse 7 too, but I'm gonna start again. This is Barak chapter 4 and verse 6. Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved the Most High to wrath. Ye were delivered unto your enemies. Verse 7. For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils, and not to God, Salakia, and not to the Most High. I'm going to read verse 8 too, then I'm going to stop it there. Ye have forgotten the everlasting Most High that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. Meaning we were celebrating these wicked holidays that the so-called white man put forth for us. These holidays was beaten into us. These holidays were beaten into us to now that we don't even think twice about we don't even think twice about celebrating. We don't even know why we doing this. And when I say we, I mean the people outside of the UPK, of course, because we know in the UPK, we know not to celebrate them wicked holidays. We know not to, eat that pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, which is against the Bible. We know not to do that. But the people outside of here, you ask them, well, why was you celebrating this? They can't even tell you. Or what is it? Their favorite line? It's for the kids. That's even worse. How you supposed to be breaking those generational curses? It just said because you are sacrificing unto devils and not unto God. Ye have, Salakia, verse 8, ye have forgotten the everlasting Most High that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. All these wicked holidays that they got planned for us. They planned these holidays and they made these holidays through blood. And then later on, hundreds of years later, they try to make it good. But if something is founded on blood, that's what it's always going to be about behind closed doors. They might fix it up and, say that it's something good, say that it's something for the children. But in reality, behind closed doors, they know what these so-called holidays really mean. spiritually. They know that we're not supposed to be celebrating these things, let alone joining them and celebrating with them. They know that. But why don't we know that? Come to the ISUPK. We gonna teach you that these holidays are wicked. Stop celebrating these holidays and start celebrating high holy days. This is something that, if you will, this is something that's black and white. It's no gray area, and that's funny to say. That's funny to say, but this is something, once you start doing the research on how these actual holidays got started, how these actual holidays got beaten into our brains, how we got unalive if we didn't celebrate it, how we was forced into these things, then you will realize to put that stuff away later for that stuff, because it ain't nothing but wickedness. Now that's just one of the versions, one of the verses that I wanted to bring out concerning us being sold to our enemies. We was not sold to our friends. We was not sold to our homies, people that got the best, people that want the best for us. No, we were sold to our enemies, and Barak chapter 4 verse 6 says so. And that's in this red apocrypha. I keep putting it the wrong way. Apocrypha. KJV. Now I want to drop that and get Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. This is the one right here. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. You know, this is the one right here, because some people don't got no apocrypha. So if you reading this, if you seeing this and you got a KJV Bible, go to chapter 28, Salakia. Go to Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. You know. Wait till y'all get there a little bit, you know. Yeah, just get prepared, Israel. Be prepared to be on the move. Be prepared to defend your home. Be prepared to defend your family. You know, because it's getting worse and worse as the days goes on. The attacks, the bombings, the missiles being launched, the people in the land kidnapping other people. Like, it's getting worse and worse as the weeks go on. You know what I mean? So this is the book. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Now, we all know about the real Egypt with the pyramids and stuff like that. We was in bondage over there. The word Egypt means bondage. So he will bring us into Egypt again. He's bringing us again into Egypt, because like we read earlier, we moved the Lord to wrath. So what did the Lord do? He's punishing his children for the wrath that we moved him to, into Egypt again. Now, this is where a disciplinary father comes in, because as mothers, you women, I don't mean to get on you women, but you women will be like, you ain't have to do this job, everything. You ain't got to do all that to them. No, yes, we do. We got to get understanding here. They don't understand why we do so much when it comes to discipline. The women can't understand that. But as men, and as men that used to be in that position, as men that used to be that child that needed that discipline, that needed that harsh discipline sometimes, we know that harsh discipline sometimes is better for a young man because it instills respect, it instills discipline, it instills what's the word I'm looking for? Mostly respect and discipline, because if you punish him lightly, he probably gonna do the same thing again because the punishment not harsh at all. He can go through that again. You get what I'm saying? If you punish a child harshly sometimes, I said sometimes, not all the time, then he gonna think twice about doing that same thing again because it's gonna remind him of what he had to go through for breaking that where for getting in trouble or breaking that breaking that order that you set for him. He's gonna think twice about doing it. Then he gonna, now you tell him to do something, you're gonna do it like this because he don't want to get that same punishment that he got before because it was harsh. He can't go through that again. He don't want to go through that again. So it's gonna put something in his mind. So when they say do something, or when something is set as far as order or order is given, then he's gonna think twice about breaking that. You know what I mean? Because the punishment is harsh last time. So he's gonna think about that, and that makes him get on track even faster. So the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. That's the cargo slave ships. Egypt is bondage, which we are in bondage in America. If you think we free, come to the ISUPK. We're going to show you. Into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, which meaning our homeland, Israel. And there ye shall be sold, there it goes again, sold unto your enemies, not your friends, not no people generation down the line. Now we can be friends. No, these people are born. I read it earlier. Jacob and Esau was fighting in the womb. So they was born enemies to each other. Even though they came out the same womb, they're two nations of people, two different manner of people. These people were enemies from the womb. They was fighting in the womb. So generations down the line, you can never be these people friends. You must never forget what they did. You must never forget that Esau and Jacob was fighting since the womb. These people was these two people was in the womb fighting. Rebecca was dang near punching her stomach. Stop. It's because these people was messing, tossing and turning in her womb. Because they was enemies since even before birth. In the womb, they was enemies. They was fighting ever since then, in the womb. So it says, ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. When it says no man shall buy us, that means none of the tribes going to buy it, the 12 tribes. We didn't have that power. We didn't have that power, especially back then. So we were sold unto our enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, which we all know is slavery. Picking cotton, whether it be for no money. Like, y'all think minimum wage is good now. I think it's 15 in Wisconsin. I'm not sure. You think it's good now. Imagine working a whole full day for $1. Oh my God. Imagine working a full day for nothing. Imagine putting in 12 hours and you don't get nothing but 50 cents or something. You get what I'm saying? You were sold to your enemies. These people cannot be trusted as far as being your friend, being in the same close proximity as you. making marriages with these people. We shall always remember what happened. And I know I hear y'all out there. Uh, that was a long time ago. That they still got that demeanor today. You definitely can tell these people. And if in some southern states, they definitely will let you know. You don't even have to ask. They just let you know for no reason. Some southern states. It's still that tension down there. Because even they know that we are sworn enemies since the womb. Since in the womb. Jacob and Esau, sworn enemies. So that was that, man. Salakia, let me check something real fast. Okay. We're making good progress. I want to bring out something else as well. Now that we know that Jacob and Esau are sworn enemies, we only supposed to deal with these other nations through business. We're supposed to be doing business with these people, then going back home to our family or tribes. Say this whole side was the other nations, and this whole side was 12 tribes of Israel. We only supposed to go meet right here in the middle, do business, then go back to your native tribe. Go back to the 12 tribes of Israel. Do business, go back to the 12 tribes of Israel. Not do business, then hang with these people, go to bars with these people, like on these people for marriages, invite these people in. No, we're supposed to do business, then go back home. Salakia. That's the only thing we're supposed to do as far as dealing with these heathen nations, because they always gonna have this disdain look for us, and we should have that same disdain look for them because of what they did, because of who they are, because of Jacob and, like I said, Jacob and Esau have been sworn enemies since the womb. These two nations was fighting in the womb. That's deep. That's heavy right there. Like that's what be puzzling me so much when I see one of our tribes with these heathen nations. It'd be like I just can't believe it sometimes, because it's like you forgot what they did, or you forgot who these people is. I will never forget. They got movies and things like that for us to never forget. They don't got movies that they might throw a little so-called heathen in there every once in a while to act like he's saving the day, but that's just what they do. I don't believe none of that stuff. I believe all of them was wicked, because even if you look at these if you Google these these racist postcards, wasn't none of them trying to unlatch us from these hanging trees. Wasn't none of them trying to stop people from pouring gasoline on us and setting us on fire. Wasn't none. They was all in the picture looking. Google it if you think I'm lying. A racist postcard, racist um memorabilia, if you will. All of them just looking at the camera like this. Nobody crying. Nobody in distress, but it's so-called couple black men hanging from right there. Mutilated, burned, beaten. Ain't nobody crying as far as the people that's standing around, which is the so-called white people. Ain't nobody had no remorse for us. So when I see that kind of thing, that reiterates things in my mind, like these people is not to be trusted at all. I'm talking about at all. Now, when you do business with these people, that's the only little trust you can give them, because it's dealing with money and equity, or things of that nature. But as far as giving your sons to these people, giving your daughters to these people for marriage, that's a big no-no. Why would you even want to do that? Look, man, Israel, we gotta wake up out here. This is we can't stress this enough. And like I said earlier in the beginning, It's a grace period. We got a grace period. We seeing what's going on in Israel. The Lord gave us a grace period to get prepared. And then even the classes that's going on throughout the earth, throughout the United States, all the UPK classes, those are a grace period too, because we telling you what was just and good, and then we telling you what's evil and demonic. You're supposed to separate yourself from the evil and demonic and come back to the 12 tribes of Israel, which is just and good. The ISUPK, we follow these laws. We to the best of our ability. Uh, we don't mess with that. If it says in the Bible, "Thou shalt not," then that's what the UPK does. We shall not, and that's something that's commendable. That's something that takes that discipline. That's something that you know, for lack of a better word, takes that discipline. I know I said that twice, but it takes discipline if you want to come back to these 12 tribes of Israel. It takes resistance from the world. It takes courage. It's a lot of things that it takes, but there is much more easier than you thought. If you can block out people that just want to stay in the world, if you can block out people who don't mean you no good, they not trying to change at all. I'm talking about at all. They not trying to, do anything better in their life. They content with where they at in the world. Those people you got to separate from. Now, if it's your friend, I know how it go. If it's your friend, I've been friends with this person in 20 years, 10 years. Hey, man, look, if they see you trying to change your life and you actually are changing, then they would want to join you and change their life too. If not, leave them where they at. I ain't saying you can't hit them on the phone there once in a while. You still ain't gonna change. No. Boom. See them out somewhere. You still ain't gonna change. No. Boom. Stuff like that. I ain't saying cut them off completely, but distance yourself because they just stuck in their ways and you trying to better yourself, move on and get to the kingdom. Those are the people that you're supposed to be trying to be around and be aligned with. Now, like I said before, it takes the discipline. You're gonna need big discipline to put some of these people aside, because they're gonna say you in a cult. They're gonna say that you change. Of course I changed. Why would I want to stay the same when it's not the way that I was is not making me it's not getting me nowhere. It's hurting me. It's hurting my people. It's hurting is getting in the way of the things that I love, which is the Most High and Yahushua, and also not only them two, my people as well. I love my people, so I would want to change for them. I don't want to be the same person that I once was. I want to be better than that man that I once was. I want to influence the younger generation. Hey, man, you don't have to smoke weed. You don't have to smoke cigarettes. You don't have to, have sex with all these sisters and put them to the side. No, you don't have to do all that. You can come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. Get you a wife or two, and that's actually in the Bible. Get you a wife or two. That's actually in the Bible, but that's another class. Get you a wife or two. Start living for the Most High, because after all, he gave his covenants and promises and glory to us. So we should show him that we grateful for that. We should start, not doing some of the wicked things that we once did and live a different way. Maybe we'll get different results. If we stop living the wicked way, start living for the Most High, maybe we'll get different results. You know what I mean? Because the way that we once were living, it didn't do nothing. It's just a day by day thing. You just go by, do this one day, wake up, do the same thing one day, wake up, do the same thing another day. Like it's just a repetitive thing. And you don't want to live repetitively unless it got to deal with following these statutes, commandments, and these laws that have been set to us. That's the stuff that we should be repetitive to doing. Not following these wicked holidays. That should be repetitive. Not eating these wicked foods and, you know, a better diet. That should be repetitive. Certain things should be repetitive, not the wicked ways. And again, when you repent, that means you say you're going to stop this, you say you're going to stop that, then you actually do it. You can't, oh, I stopped it. I'm going to stop this day. Then that same day or the next day, you back doing the same thing. It's not repenting. You're trying to convince yourself that you're repenting when you can just actually do it. You know? And like I said before, it's a lot of discipline it takes to be up in here. It's a lot of discipline it takes to be in the truth. It's a lot of discipline it takes to just change your ways of life, change the way that you live in. You know, it's a lot of discipline that comes behind that. It's a lot of demons that you have to put aside, have to cut their voice off that's in your head. It's a lot of that. When Satan knows that you're trying to change your life, that's when he mess with you more. That's when he trying to get you to stay where you at more and more and more. So it takes discipline. It takes the fight also to fight those demons off, to fight that spirit of just I say nonchalantness, because you know so-called black people can get to a point where they just don't care. Well, I don't care. You know, oh, I don't care. That's the and that spirit comes with smoking marijuana. That spirit, that I don't care spirit, that comes with smoking marijuana. So y'all put that trees down, man. Come back to these law, statutes, and commandments. Come back to the glory. And with that, this is the Isupk coming out of 1 West Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. And we are not affiliated with no other groups, period. And coming up, we got Operation Reservation, which is November 4th. Send y'all donations in. Call this number if y'all got any donations that need to be picked up or that you need an address to ship it to. Call this number, 414-293-2335. Call that number if you got some things that you want to donate, but it needs to be picked up. We'll come get that from you. You know what I mean? We'll set it up to where you can meet us and drop it off, or just whatever the case. We taking all kinds of donations: clothes, baby clothes, diapers, wipes, men clothes, women clothes. None of that Salaki, none of that hoochie mama stuff that y'all want to donate. No. Some straight modest apparel. We taking those donations. Yeah, and shalom, Israel. Officer Kanani saying shalom. Y'all crazy.